It's beer o'clock on Reload Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Green Beacon Brewing Company, and it's a can of their POG Milkshake IPA. POG standing for Passion, Orange and Guava. It's a 375 milliliter can coming in at 7% ABV, and it's an IPA, of course. Many thank you to Mick for sending me the beer. What a wonderful gesture. Thank you very much again for sending it to the channel. Let's get it open into a glass, see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the can opening, beer in the glass then. And of course, with it being a milkshake IPA, you'd expecting it to be just so lovely and hazy and cloudy and yeah, lovely looking. And of course, with the lactose added to the beer, the head is dissipated. I'm absolutely fine with that. When you add lactose to the beer, it has different reactions with different batches of beer. Some beers may hold onto their head a little bit, some heads might just dissipate away, which has happened to us today. It's just, yeah, it's beer. It's beer, baby. Everything. There's no one beer, unless you drink the mainstream stuff, there's no one beer that's ever the same, and that's why we drink so much of it here on the channel. Hazy mango juice coloured beer, good levels of carbonation. Let's get the aroma. Ah, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. Yeah, you get lots of that fruit. Guava, the orange, the peach. And then loads of lactose, loads of lactose. It smells like it might have a big bitterness on the back end of this beer. There's only one way of finding out. Cheers, everybody. Oh! Yeah, I've had a few beers like this before. To be honest with you, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I've got a viewer who's watching here. His name is Charles, and he's drinking a Northern Monk Neapolitan ice cream pale ale. And I got a live feed going behind me on Facebook. He's watching, and before I started this beer review, he told me he was drinking that beer. And this, I've not had the Northern Monk Neapolitan Pale Ale, which is a like similar thing, ice cream pale ale. I've not had that beer in years. But by him saying that, he's kind of jogged my memory, and I've gone, boy, the last time I had an ice cream beer was by Northern Monk Brewing Company in the UK, and it was indeed their Neapolitan ice cream pale ale. Very similar, very similar. Stone the Crows. Flavours: peach, orange, guava, most definitely. It tastes a little bit like one of those flavoured, like a Calippo, or the what's the one with the orange on the outside? It's got ice cream, yellow or white ice cream in the middle. Is it a Solero or something? Solero, something like that. It tastes like that. Very ice cream. I'm sure you're going to comment in the comments box what ice cream I'm talking about. That white ice cream surrounded in orange fruit, crispy finish thing. I'm sure it's called a Solaro. I don't really eat ice cream, but I remember the flavour, and this tastes more or less exactly the same. So well done to Green Beacon Brewing Company for replicating that flavour. The beer is also nicely carbonated. Carbonation pushes the beer around the inside of the mouth, releases more of that flavour. It's very drinkable. There is a malty mouthfeel. I want to kind of give the malt credit. The more I talk about ice cream, the more I talk about ice cream flavours and orange and peach and guava, you're going to be thinking to yourself, is it a beer or is this a dessert? It is still very much a beer first and foremost. It's got that biscuit malt, it's got that nice beer taste, and then all of the other things follow on into the distance. It's nice. The description. This triple fruit birthday milkshake IPA is overflowing with juice fruit flavours, including passion fruit, blood orange and guava. There's plenty of tropical hop character, plus we've added vanilla and lactose for a decadent finish, pardon me, and creamy texture. Yeah, there's definitely vanilla in here too. Pardon me. It's a really good beer. It's a really good beer. I'm going to rate it. It's a really good beer because it's very difficult to get a style like this correct. I've had so many beers in the past where they've tried to do something a little bit different. Any brewery from anywhere in the world, and it hasn't worked out. But you've got to give the brewers credit for trying to produce new flavours, for trying to push the boat out and invent new styles. It's the reason why we're not in the wine industry and we're in the beer industry, is because we like to do different things and produce different styles and make milkshake IPA. Can you imagine making a milkshake wine? Nah, it's just not going to work, is it? It's all too mature, it's all too gentleman-like. Yeah, it's the reason why we love beer, and it's the reason why we love beer is because people try different things. They've tried it, they've managed to get it right. Well done to Green Beacon Brewing Company. Let's rate the beer. I like enough to give it a solid 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! And cheers.